Joining us as above, so below. We're talking about solar energy. My name is Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. On this program, and what we do on this particular platform, is we teach universal laws which are applicable to each and every one, no matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, whether you're a mystic, Ajay, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, whether you're on the sideline trying to understand what magic. What I try to do is simplify very complex sciences and make them as simplified as I can so the everyday person can understand how energy frequency flows. What's up there, my Natasha Foster? Oh, you look amazing. All right there. Thank you so much, my Aquarius from North Carolina. Also, there goes my baby Scorpio in the house. Now, to those that do not know, I am Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. My beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African sciences by which we utilize direct energy, frequency, and vibration. And on tonight, I have workings that I'm going to be doing with egg work. And I offered this this morning, and I'm actually preparing some of these eggs. And I decided, what's up, love? My Taurus in the house. I decided to do a tutelage because I want people to have a better understanding of magic and how magic works and why we utilize certain elements when it comes down to manifestation. There go my Karen O'Brien. Got you. Gemini in the house. And then Allison. What's up there? Williams is in the house. And then we got, hold on, put on my glasses because this is too much squinting. Now I see how women be doing when that man got a little thing. Too much work. Demetrius in the house. And then we got Mama Susan. And so therefore I am here to share some of the things that I do when I'm doing manifestation work and my level of understanding. Aloha Miranda in the house from Hawaii, Aquarius. And so you offer the work. Yeah, these egg workings, they start out with $100 donations, but you have to go through my Cash App, and you can make them as strong as you want to. Every layer of strength that you want them to be, you just add another $100. But I'm gonna actually teach this tonight. And I'm gonna tell you, and I've said this oftentimes. What's up, Royal Artiste? I've said this oftentimes. When people are initiated or people that come from old conjure, like with me, even before my initiation, I was up under people that was already initiated, already operating in the gift and serving people. So I've always had access to my spiritual dad's apothecary or my family's apothecary. So I've always had high grade materials to work with. And so I always like to say that because a lot of times when you're talking to people, if you don't identify where you're coming from, sometimes people think that that's an everyday thing. And I do realize that everybody did not have the opportunity that I have. And so therefore, I have a certain taste for how I like to do conjure. And it has a lot to do with grow up and get a job. Somebody just tagged in here, grow up and get a job. Me getting a job, would that constitute me working for UPS for 29 years already? And this year I'll be 30 years in. Is that the type of job you're talking about? Or you talking about a head job or a blow job? I need to know because I like to get them kind of services too, especially from your daddy. So when I come on these platforms, I'm always trying to give people that actually come here to learn about magic and frequency and vibration and how we utilize these instruments in order to manifest. Now, the simplest thing that I tell people all the time is about energy. Because no matter whether you are spiritual or not, we all know that things operate from an energetic perspective. And so when we understand those things, first sacrifice of the night. What's up? Yeah, I like that. Demetrius said, yeah, that's the first sacrifice of the night. And I let them have it, okay? When it comes down to these, and this is why I teach. What's up, Devin? That's my sister. Gemini in the house. So I'm going to be, she said, behave. I might struggle today. But give me some grace, sis. Give me some grace. Natasha Foster. And, what's up, Jelly Sweet? Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because we have so many people. Now, anybody that have been following me for 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks know that I use the terminology. I am not a Dollar General, big lots, save-a-lots practitioner spiritualist, okay? And this is what I mean. And I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just trying to cast light. Now, sometimes light casts shade. But I am trying to shed some light on some situations. And I want to say this, especially you that work in the sex industry, to give you a better understanding of Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr., is If a man can go down the street and you say, you know what, you want some head, you want this right there, $100. And he tells you that he can go down the street and get it for 15. If you really who you say you are, you're gonna say go down the street and get what you get. But you're not gonna get my services, my skill set for nothing less than, if this is what you want and that's all I want, that's what I charge. Now, I say this to you. A lot of times people out here in the spiritual community have to sell themselves in a way because they themselves may not be as confident in their gifts or their talents or their abilities or their general outcomes of their manifestation. Well, I, sir and ma'am, realize, and I tell everybody that I work for UPS, and if you want me to come off my job, I don't make $14 an hour. I don't make $20 an hour. If you want me to lose my pay to deal with your business, then you're going to also pay for what I am losing, and you're going to pay me for my services. Now, you don't have to wait on Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. You can always go down the road where Dirty Foot Sally at and get what you need or get what your money paid for. But I was raised by a woman, and I was raised by a grandmother, say you get what you pay for. Money talk, BS walk. I was taught it take money to make money. So therefore, I am not, if you don't want to work with me because you cannot afford me, that don't hurt my feelings. If you don't want to work with me because you can get it more cheaper, that don't hurt my feelings. I like the idea, the very idea that you could not achieve to walk with me. And you were out here, instead of trying to learn real spirituality and real magic, you're looking for what is cheaper, more convenient, and easier. And sir, man, every man and woman has that opportunity and they have that choice. I, on the other hand, I am looking for results. I am not concerned about what he or she, I don't care what my padrino charges. What I care about, are you going to do right by me based off of what I'm investing into you. Okay? So when you're talking to me, and you're dealing with Chief Apostle Ely, I am not the dollar menu guy. I am not flea market material. I have made that clear. I don't care if I'm doing Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, whether we doing prayer meeting, whether I'm your side piece. I don't care where I fit in your life. I ain't gonna never, ever be that guy. Even in the casket, I'm not gonna be the guy. You understand? If you cremate my ass, I'm still not going to be. My ashes still cost. You understand? I am diamonds in the sky. That's what type of mentality I have. My sister's on here. She'll tell you I've always been like that. When I didn't have a job, you still going to buy me what I want. You understand? So I'm not putting on fronts for social media. I'm not putting on fronts because I'm looking at what somebody else is doing. I am only addressing you to the value that I have for who has taught me, who has trained me, and they taught me how to maneuver. Now, if that's not how you maneuver, sir, ma'am, that is okay. I went to the restaurant after church, down the street, and I walked in the restaurant, sat down because it says wait to be seated, and then I was sitting there in a pink suit, dark as I am, huh? I look like a Pepto-Bismol bottle with a black cap on. That's like, you could not miss me. Okay, anybody know how I dress? I love color. So I'm sitting there. White couple walk in, the Chinese guy looks at them and say, "Can I help you?" I looked at them, I looked at him. Very shortly after that, another couple walk in. Another Chinese lady asked them. So I asked them, I said, "Well, where is the man?" I said, "You didn't see me?" Because, at that point I'm getting loud. I said, "You didn't see me in this big pink suit?" I said, "You sat down them," and I said, "You sat down these other couple in front of me?" I said, "Where's the manager?" "Oh, the manager's not going to be here for another half an hour." I said, "Do you have an eye problem?" He said, "No." I said, "So you mean to tell me you didn't see that I was already sitting there because your sign said to be seated?" I said that because nobody stood up and said, "You know what, sir, you're right. You were here before we were." And you know what I did? I don't do what? They said, "Let me know, cousin." What's up there? All right, there, Carter in the house. I appreciate that. Now, let me explain it to you like this. So I don't do what other black people do. Because a lot of y'all let people mistreat y'all and y'all still spend your money. So when he asked me what I'm going to do about it, because I could have went on YouTube, I could have went on TikTok. And man, no, what I did was I left the building. But what I did as a man of God, the clown again. My sister on here. Let me tell you something. I appreciate people like you because you know what it acknowledges? That you have nothing else to do in your life. And you really think your words have impact. Now, I have a plethora of clapbacks that I can give you right now and straighten you all together. But the reason I'm not going to do this is because these people are here to learn. And also you that Jesus is coming, y'all been saying that for the longest. And black people have lost houses, lands. They have lost their health, their wealth, listening to y'all about that Jesus. But what I offer is a now and very present help in a time of trouble, okay? So, no. What I like y'all to do is respect our channel. I don't go onto other people's channels dictating to them what to talk about and discuss. What I do is I go and I realize, like a buffet, what is it that I need out of that, and I get what I'm getting and I keep it pushing, okay? Because I don't want any of my moderators to go on and pop some of y'all out of here. Because I really want you to get an opportunity if you come here to actually learn something. So what I did, not like most black people that still spend their money where people show them disrespect, I left the building. But what I did do, because I am a man of God, I sent them into that building a curse. That I did do. Because what they need to learn is you never know who you entertain. And you feel that you're going to insult me like that and I still was going to sit down and eat at your table. I am not that guy. So it is not just because I'm in Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria or Kumi. This is a fool and a wolf in sheep's clothing. See, I'm trying to really be nice on a Sunday, on Easter, on Happy Easter. See, it's people like this that don't even know who they're talking to. I'm a fool. Who was a fool was your mother and father for ever allowing you to come into this earth realm. To embarrass their bloodline that you are out here exhibiting that level of ignorance. What is a fool was your mother not swallowing you and causing you to exit out her anus. And you have been a better blessing to the soil than you are to us on this earth plane. Now that you need to understand. Hello from Scotland. Thank you for jumping in. We got people from Germany. We got people from Scotland. We got people from all around the globe. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys that are actually coming here to learn what magic is and what it is not. And so therefore, I want y'all to understand this. Doing spell work, doing prayer work, believing God, divine answers, all of that, at the end of the day, if you don't have a sense of value within yourself, if you don't ever do what I do, if you don't have a sense of value to who you are and understanding how you're supposed to navigate in this thing called life, then you're going to have people putting their price tag on you, whether that is lowering your rate or raising your rate. Huh? Why everybody, what is up with this Eddie Murphy? Y'all ain't got no other black people? I look Eddie Murphy all day long. I know that for a fact. I tell his mama that. Not only him, I tell his mama that I do outlook Eddie Murphy. I forgot. All black people look alike. I apologize. I digress. So, when it comes down to magic, spirituality, understanding how everything works, you have to be into this for the science of a thing. And so, you are not out here looking for something for free. Looking for somebody to give up their check. Now, I'm going to teach y'all something about if you're going to ever learn up under me, if you're going to ever be initiated by me or any of those things. I want to tell you, they said thank you for your wisdom. You're quite welcome. If you're going to learn up under me, you got to understand this about me. I was taught to have my tools and not need them. It's better to have a tool and not need it than to need it and not have it. I am not accustomed to worrying about what another man or woman is doing in their life and what they're doing. I do realize, especially when you grow up in the church, a lot of you guys are going to see what I'm doing here and you're going to feel like you're in a place to do this particular work. You may feel like you're initiated. Now, I want to preference this in the beginning. I see you from Greece. Thank you for being from Greece. We appreciate you. I want you to understand this. I always say I was born with my gifts. It wasn't because of initiation, scratching, or anything. Now, since then, I have gotten initiated. But my sister can tell you, I have been functioning in this type of spirituality as a child. I have been doing this. I'm 51 years of age. I didn't start this yesterday. I don't even like to use the word practitioner. I like to use performing, because I perform magic. I understand the sciences. I understand the universal law, and I utilize them to help my life better. And I also do it to help my clients' life better. Now, let me say this to you. I believe, this is my belief, that you should pay attention to the fruit a man or woman bear to determine if you want your life to look like what they got going on. I am not a pretender. I'm not a put on. I actually know what I know, and I apply it in my everyday life. So therefore, what I come on social media and share is what has been tried, tested, and proven. I've also told you, for all of you that come out on social media and looking for people to applaud you, because the same people applaud you today will boo you tomorrow. The same people that lift you up today will be dragging your ass down tomorrow. So I don't come on here for that. I do appreciate the comments, the accolades. I even appreciate the negativity, because at the end of the day, it's all life. It's called duality. There must be a balance. You must be mentally and emotionally balanced to deal with people that may praise you and honor you, or people that totally disregard and disrespect you, because it's all energy. And when it comes down to real magic and your manifestation, you need to have that clarity and that understanding. So you don't get out here expecting people to respond in a way they may not respond. And now you feel some type of way, because we like to use that word. I feel some kind of way. Well, it don't really matter, because if you know your stuff, then do your thing. You understand? Now, on today, we're going to talk about the power of egg magic. Why it is used. First of all, we want to start out in the season of, we're going in from Pisces to Aries. Aries is about energy, frequency, and vibration of the I am. Those that practice Christianity, that is the real arche, or the portal by which to be a real Christian. I am that I am. That concept, becoming exactly what you need to be. When you tell people, when people are telling you to match the frequency by which reality you're trying to live in, that's what they're really saying. Become the I am. You must become abundance. You must become health. You must be able to resonate with that same frequency to have that particular. It's like turning your radio on a country channel, and predominantly you're going to get country music. If you turn your energy on that frequency, then you will get the majority of those particular vibrations and frequency and outcomes. So I'm going to show you this first before we get into this magic. I have a lot of different types of books. I have to be careful, because this is a very old book. Now what I'm going to show you is, you're going to see the two snakes, and you're going to see the egg in the middle. This is a very ancient book, ancient magic. I listen to new age stuff, but I am into the oldie goldies. You understand? I'm old school, not only in the natural world, but the spiritual world. And this is the principle that symbolizes by the two serpents contending with the mundane egg, good and evil. And it talks about evil and good contending over the universal egg. Now, to all of those that did not see my message today, the only species that carries the egg is the woman. Why is this important? Because I don't believe that a man or a woman that does not have respect for the body, or the woman, the feminine energy, can practice real effective magic. And this is why you find most people that are in the ATRs or even in Christianity vibrating very low, because they have a very poor self-esteem and self-reflection of themselves. And so therefore, how can you operate and bring forth goodness when you yourself are operating at a very low, whether you are Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, or Virgo. It is important that if you're going to share your magic or your energy or frequency with people, that you are in a place that you know how to operate in both dimensions. You need to understand how to operate in both dimensions. Duality of good, what we call, Christian call good or evil, but it's really positive and negative energy, and both positive and negative energy creates a charge. So the reason why I talk about the egg, they say what comes first, the chicken or the egg. You got to understand how valuable the womb is. You also have to understand melanated women that carry the Eve gene. There's no other woman on planet Earth that carries the Eve gene other than a black woman. There's no other species. It is only found in the black woman. Okay? Because she is the beginning of things. Okay? What came first, man or woman? The beginning of things. The alpha and the omega. That's why feminine energy is what it is. And so therefore, when a man walks and complements the feminine energy, this is why he's so powerful, because he is androgynous. In other words, he knows how to direct chaos energy. He knows how to direct the life force energy in people, places, and things. Okay? Yes, very secret teacher. But I'm going to break some things like that. I'm not going to share the mysteries of ATR, but I need to make this very clear who you listening to. Because a lot of these people on different levels, depending on what type of channel that they're directing their energy, whether it's through witchcraft, sorcery, conjure, mystic, shamanism, Christianity, whatever you direct your energy, mind over matter, it don't matter. Okay? What matters is you understand. Somebody find this person some to play with. Go and get rid of them because they ain't really here, because I'm not even in the mood. I almost snapped the day in church. Now, to understand universal egg, all life starts here. Notice the oval, the ongoing circle. Why is that important? Why is the serpent important? The serpent is the sperm. If you don't understand magic, whether you're using hoodoo, voodoo, conjure, mysticism, whether you're working with the Bible, whether you're working with Shiva, it don't. Thank you so much. They are one. Exactly. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. If you don't understand that, and you don't understand the building block of life, then how do you understand magic? How do you understand energy? And therefore, you cannot manifest through this because you don't understand how a woman can birth a whole human being out of semen, because you don't understand cellular structure, you don't understand life force energy, and you don't understand how biologically we are also spiritual electrical beings. Okay? So when you work with an egg, the reason why we doing this egg working, because we want to birth certain things in your life. So some of you had me to do health. Some of you had to do with your finances. Some of you sent in for protection work. I am also doing egg work for my my church and myself tonight. And I'm going to take some of these eggs to the crossroad, and they have to be broken. Now, the reason why the egg has to be broken, because I talked about the abilities, what the egg is, why it's universal. Any particular ATR practices and works with the egg. Now, me particularly, I like brown eggs. I will work with other color eggs. I got my sister have like blue eggs and green eggs, because I use the color depending on what type of manifestation I'm looking for. Oh, these are on, like I told you, baby, these all you gotta do is Cash App. Make sure you put in an egg, because you might take it as a donation. But make Cash App, depending on how strong you is, start at $100 and these move up to whatever you want it to be. Now, the reason why we use the egg is because we understand it's a birthing center. So once you birth, it's like a woman, once she's conceived, you got to think about, and you're going to do real magic, you got to think about how the woman body does. So the woman carries the egg. The sperm or the serpent comes in. Now, the reason why there's two serpents, because depending on, you're going to birth the Cain or you're going to birth the Abel. Whether it's prosperity or success, because you can birth illegal money and you can birth legal money. There's duality in everything. So when you understand that, when you pay attention to the egg, now this particular egg is a chicken egg, so sometimes we use quail eggs, we use different type of eggs to do manifestation work, but this in particular is a chicken egg. Now, me personally, if I was doing conjure, depending on what type of conjure, and I couldn't get a brown egg, I just use a white egg. Now, me personally, I don't want to work with white eggs, because white consists of all colors. This represents to me nature and melanin, which more resonates with my arche, my energy, and the type of magic I do. So when you hear the words black arts and all that, all we're really talking about is melanin. We're talking about the building block of carbon energy of building block. 666 is only 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. It's all science. It's an electrical charge that habitates in melanin people. And we carry that charge. This is why we don't age like other people. The more melanin you have, the more you you have what they call a timeless look. You don't dissolve, and you don't get that crepe paper for skin like that. It takes a very long time for age to actually affect a very highly frequency or melanated individual. So this is why we work with, where I work with the brown egg, because it also resonates with the earth. And so just like a baby or fetus being inside of the body, depending on what type of ache or energy that is invoked inside of the egg begins to marinate. Now there's already the placenta and the actual yolk and everything that's on the inside. Now what we use for this is we do what is called our incantation, or we speak over this and we begin to talk to the particular egg. Now, for all of you that don't realize, I have a plethora of spirits that are with me, so I'm going to make this look really simple, but in order for you to manifest stuff, it has to have the necessary energy. So Megan says, I am white as a ghost and but have freckles darker than you. What does that make me? Now, when you are using a dildo or a vibrator, at the end of the day, you don't really care what it is or what color it is, as long as it does the job. So I hope that answers your question. Now, you want to understand that you are birthing something and it symbolizes the woman. Anybody working with an egg, anybody, hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, praying over, you're working with the woman. Thank you, baby, for blocking her. What's up there, Jeremy? Now, what determines what is going to manifest through this egg, like we said earlier, which serpent are you going to birth? Because you got the mindset of an evil person and always want to hurt somebody. So you're going to birth the serpent of Cain, or you're going to birth the serpent of Abel, which is righteousness. Now that has to do with the practitioner. It has nothing to do with the religion or the tradition that they practice. When you're manifesting certain things, you're putting, just like when you decide to lay down with Leroy, Jethro, or Tyler, and depending on what type of person they are, that is what comes down through their serpent or their sperm into the egg. Magic is the energy. You can't want something in this egg that is not being interjected in this egg. This egg is here to produce, to manifest, to incubate. The same thing about the womb of a woman. Those that don't understand science, you don't get it. And so therefore, when you're trying to manifest something, you want to understand what the instrument and why you're utilizing the instrument. Now, we also use the cigar. The cigar is tobacco. Tobacco is ruled by Mars, which is energy. So the reason why we're going to smoke these eggs is because we want to, number one, cleanse them. Because we don't know who done touched them. We don't know who booty hold hands done been on them. So we want to cleanse these because some of these eggs have to do with people's healing and their health. So cleansing is a point. But also tobacco energizes. It gives energy. Also tobacco has to do with communication with the ancestors. Remember, brown tobacco, brown egg. So the spirit will be able to communicate through these eggs. Just the same way that a baby can communicate with his mother in the womb, even though it doesn't use words, by how it moves, how it kicks. Communication is communication. And when you're connected to your work, you're going to understand the manifestations of that work. Too many people out here doing conjure, and you're not connected to yourself. Therefore, you cannot connect to your work. So therefore, you cannot understand the interpretation that your work is manifesting. Because you yourself are spending too much time trying to learn how to pray or do spells or conjure or whatever, then you're actually trying to understand your own energy. Okay? So, and then on top of that, I am going to utilize palm oil. Palm oil is the oil from a palm tree, the nectar from a palm tree. The reason why I want to use palm oil in this, because I want to consecrate it. I can't believe I clicked on this BS. I can't believe I busted your mama after finding out you were her son. Because if I knew she had birthed some asshole like you out of her hole, I would have never stuck mine in there. Now I got to go cleanse my penis. Anyway, so I'm using palm oil, and we in hoodoo and in fact we use oil to condition, whether it's a candle, in this case it's the egg, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use this palm oil to condition the egg, and then I have what I have. First of all, I'm gonna be using Quinta Maldicion. Now this is a plant that is utilized to break spells, hexes, any of that nature that is on you. So I'm going to be utilizing this on these egg workings. And so, and then I'm going to also use carnation. Carnation is a sun element and it's a fire element, so it's going to give strength. Because at the end of the day, it's just like the doctor tells the woman, you got to take your vitamins and prenatal, drink plenty of water. This is, I'm charging these eggs to be able to manifest the particular desire. You can't just get an egg, put it in your hand, pray a prayer over it, and not knowing what kind of arche or energy that is going in there. Because once these eggs break, that energy is released. If it's not strong, it's going to take too long to manifest. I said, love Quinta Medicion. Yeah. So I got Quinta Medicion, I have carnation, and then I have allspice. Now, allspice is good for prosperity, success, love matters. It covers a lot of areas, and all the orishas and most of the high level spirits, they love allspice. So I'm going to be sprinkling that in there as well. Then, because I'm not going to tell you everything I'm putting in there. Now, because I'm trifling, and I know that people always like to throw magic at workings that practitioners do, I am going to also put on these eggs, even though some of them have to do with people's health, but I'm also going to put stinging nettle. Now, stinging nettle removes evil out of the pathway, but it gives a sting. Happy Easter, Esther. I am Israel. Of course I support me. Were you talking about them half-breeds over there? No. They on stolen land with stolen property. Now, stinging nettle is a very fiery herb. If you use this, and I'm going to say this because I always like to teach pros and cons. It don't matter if you're doing this or you're doing a regular prayer. If you throwing energy out there and you don't know who you throwing that against, I don't advise you to do it. I am well protected, and I still take precautionary measures, because when you are releasing energy, you don't know who that energy is going to hit. Okay, so you might be doing prosperity work, but you don't know who trying to impede your prosperity, and if you don't know, and they got certain protection, this same work can bounce back on you. Even though you're not trying, in your quote, trying to hurt nobody, but even doing good prosperity work and healing work, you still got to protect that work. So I use stinging nettle because I'm trifling. I like to hear about what happened to you after you tried to mess with what I'm doing. You understand? Because most people always claim that they ain't bothering nobody. But I'm going to know if you bother me, because there's going to be some physical scarring that's going to take place. Yes. That's how I do it. Because black people and a lot of people in the church like to lie about it. All they do is love the Lord. They knee deep in Jesus until you get a reading and all to find out that sister over there working some conjure on you and trying to tear up your home because she wants your man or you. Sometimes it ain't your husband that they after. Sometimes they after your punani. All right. Then I got the healing powder that I use in my candle work, because I got to do with some healing eggs in here as well. But I have that as well. So now, and then I have two ingredients here that I'm not going to show you, but they both come from out of Africa that I use in my spell work. I get a lot of stuff from all around the world, and I like stuff that the old people use. I don't look for cheaper. I look for what works. I don't look for what's convenient. I want a certain result. So depending on your mentality when it comes down to conjure, you may not get the outcome based off of your mentality. There is a sting them, I will, and I am. Now, when I'm, first of all, I'm going to explain. Eggs have the capacity to hold a lot of energy. A lot of energy. If you are really anointed and you carry a lot of arche. Now, what certain people do is they may take this egg, fix this egg, and if you have a cauldron, they'll sit this egg on their cauldron, whether it is Zarabanda, whether they put, I have 2 cauldrons, or Centella, or they may do Mama Chola, depending on, because eggs they absorb energy. Just like people use eggs to do the eggs around you, because eggs have the ability to absorb energy. And so therefore, when you want that egg, this is why sometimes they keep it on the altar, or their ngangas, or their cauldrons, or their shrines for 21 days, because the egg will be absorbing energy, and then they're going to release it. But because I'm already elevated, and a lot of this stuff is already prepared. Now, another thing that I am going to utilize in your conjure, only thing I'm just telling you 2 ingredients that I'm not going to share. But I'm also going to use this. This is mustard oil. I'm going to use mustard oil. And mustard oil is a fire element and is also ruled by the sun. Now, what you don't see, what you can't see, that look in the bottom of that. That is a tiger shark too. To be specific, it's a tiger shark too. So all of my oils have some kind of bite in it, because you always got somebody that got a problem with your prosperity, your health, your desire for well-being for yourself, and you got to have certain things out there that make them back off, make them go another way. So my mustard oil has already been consecrated. So when I condition these these eggs are going to carry a very heavy charge. Now, the reason why I take them to the crossroad, I'm taking some to the crossroad, because what I want to do is bring certain prosperity once those eggs are cracked. Now, just like a woman her water has to break in order for the child to come. The purpose of you drinking water is to have enough water surrounding the child where the child can be flushed out instead of having a dry run. The purpose of conditioning these eggs, same concept. If you want for the release of that energy to be as smooth and as effective as possible, you want to make sure that you're conditioning that egg. Okay? So every aspect of magic has a lot to do either with the male body, the phallus, or the feminine body. And all of our sciences are designed around the black woman's body. That has been the microcosm of the universe. I said today in church, when they talk about heaven, they describe heaven as a woman. When they talk about the church being the bride of Christ, they talk about her as being a woman. When they talk about hell, they talk about her as a woman. You don't hear them talk about hell as a man, because that is the Alpha and the Omega. That is the Elohim. This is why the Bible talks about God being the many-breasted one. So, understanding the science behind that, absorbing the energy, because eggs absorb energy. Now, what is going to happen is you're going to have some of you guys go out there and fix y'all eggs and throw them eggs, and that is going to backfire. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't understand. When you go to the crossroad, you need to know what crossroad you're going to, and you have to have a relationship with the spirits of that crossroad. The same thing when you go to that ocean. You don't go and throw something in somebody's house and expect them to like it. Huh? You have to have a relationship with them, and so therefore when that energy is released on their territory, they know what to do with that energy. And then you pay them for their services. For all of y'all that think that you're going to go out here and ask for all these great big old things, and you just going to give some coins. The arche that I'm giving to these eggs, you can't pay for. Don't ever get that twisted. So first of all, if you're going to do this, if you are initiated and you have a cauldron or inganga, then after you do this ceremony that I'm doing and you do your prayers over your eggs, then place it upon your cauldron and talk to your infumbe, talk to your moreto, talk to if you have a gree bag or a juju bag or something like that, put that in there so it absorbs that energy based off what you're trying to do, because I will explain. You can do negative work with this, or harmful work, I should say negative. Harmful work with this, or you can do positive work. I prefer to do some positive work with a negative twist, just in case somebody get crazy. You have to look at egg magic like a grenade, especially when it has been loaded correctly, conditioned correctly, and when it breaks, okay. Now, I'm not a smoker. Now, first of all, I want you to understand is this. I want to make sure I don't break them. When you're blowing, I ain't talking about to y'all head hunting chicken heads. I'm talking about spiritual stuff now. When you're blowing, I am releasing my ache. So it is not just the tobacco that is going and cleansing. It is all the ache that's in up under my tongue. And to all my baby mamas, you know how that go. Praise God. I know you miss me. Happy Easter to you. Once again, the purpose is cleansing the egg. I'm only doing this for demonstration so you'll have an idea how this goes. When you're giving, if you decide to do this work, you're giving your life force energy to these eggs, because these eggs represent life force themselves. And then you're giving them the breath of life, which is your life force. Now, this is where black people mess up. Now, I have a Sharpie that I'm going to write the names of the people that sent for the egg working, right? Because I want to be able to make sure I'm identifying them correctly. So, you're not going to be able to see that part. Hold on, make sure I got it. Oh, there you go. Now, 1, 2. Nah, I got to make sure I'm doing this right. Now, the old school way is to write it either 7 times, 9 times, or 21 times. But because I'm doing invocation. Now, the reason I'm saying invocation, guys, is I'm actually bringing the spirit in to enter into the egg for the manifestation. This is what they don't realize. This ain't going to just be energy cleansing and all that. This is going to be invocation. So there's going to be actually spirit that sits in that egg. And when that egg is cracked, that spirit is released to do that particular work. This is a lot more complicated. This is not the woman having gas. This is the woman actually having a fetus on the inside of her. Once these become awakened, these will be living souls. This is why some people feel like some of this work is not effective, because the people that doing the conjure don't really know. What's up there, Shamari? Is that Shamari? No, that's not Shamari. And I got on glasses and still can't see. So I'm doing something for myself, but I'm not gonna put my my government name on my egg. I'm actually gonna put my spirit name on my egg. who I am. Because some workings that I do, I utilize my initiated name, and it just hits different, because that's what I'm known in the spirit world. When you get just like this concept with Jacob, the angel changing his name, that's what the spirits know me as, and so therefore when they see that name, they're going to deal with that particular that item very differently. And I'm going to use my my sacred names over these eggs as well, because I'm always giving back to people who support me. So first of all, you want to be able to anoint these eggs. In Hoodoo, we call it conditioning. In the church, we say the anointing. Now, because this oil has already been consecrated, sitting on Shango and the rest of the, then I told you about, I'm going to be utilizing this. And the reason I'm doing the oil first is because it makes the herb stick a lot better. And remember, this has the effect of tiger shark, of the shark, water element. And then, like a good chef and neighbor, I have my tools. So we're gonna do Quinta Medicion, because if somebody is working any type of juju, spell work, this will eradicate that. So we're going to sprinkle Quinta Medicion on that egg. Hallelujah. I got me a rag over here to clean it up, because when you're doing different herbs and stuff, make sure you clean your tools so you're not putting the ache from one jar or one bottle to the next one. So clean those up. So you try to keep it as clear as possible. And then carnation. The reason why I'm using carnation, because carnation represents strength and power, and I want these workings to be as strong as I want them to be to manifest the desired outcome. So that's carnation. It's also very protective. Y'all have to excuse the fly, because I got those goats over there. They still rotting over there, and I got a hog head over there I got to take to the cemetery. So it got a lot going on. Then I told you guys about allspice. Allspice is such a good element for prosperity and success, also protection, but depending on what I'm going to be using each individual egg for. This is universal law. This is not my and because this is going to be similar in some aspect, I'm going to use this mixture on the other eggs. So if you want one, you'll get the same blend, but I will customize it based off of what you tell me you want me to use it for. Eggs can be programmed to do whatever, and I do mean whatever, just like a child. You can be programmed to do whatever. Now, this is also, I told you guys about stinging nettle. Now, this is the part that turns me on, because you know you always got somebody that want to do the most. Yes, I like to add a lot of stinging nettle. I love that kickback. Oh, I ain't doing nothing. Now you got running around here and can't sleep because you're itching all over the place. Yes, sir. I get some. You're going to learn today, heifer. You and your mama. Now, I have one. I got to put this over here, where this one over here. This healing powder. Over here. Somebody asked me for healing. Now this part right here is all of my herbs are already have been consecrated, so they already carry certain energy already, even though they're in jars, and glass holds energy. So whatever I charge them, the energy is still, it gets stronger and stronger over time. So a lot of my jars and stuff, they've been here a long time, so the energy is very, very good. Somebody's talking about good food. You eat this, you won't live long. And then I got, this is more like a pepper, but it's an African pepper. And it's not Guinea pepper. This is an African pepper. It's straight out of Africa. I had to actually peel these to get this out of there. That's a lot of work to get that pepper, and then you don't get but a little bit. And then this is another African root that I got out of Africa. And this right here you ain't paying for. This is for all of y'all that just support me and participating in this work. This is another African powder. This is conjure. Now, what the practitioner or the spiritualist does at this point, sir and ma'am, they're going to pray prayers over. I am going to do invocation, which means I'm going to summon spirits and to enter into these eggs. That's on a more complex level. And I'm going to put them in front of my pots before I take them out. Now I'm going to explain to you why this is done. Each layer, remember, at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be funny. At the end of the day, every single energy that you're adding to this work, that egg is absorbing. So if you're not on my level, you're gonna need to let it sit for at least 9 days. Because you want it to absorb whatever energy that you have placed there, because you want the egg, before it is broken, to be as strong as you can make it if you're going to do this yourself. So doing it is the way that I'm doing it, and you don't have certain gifts or connection with spirits and stuff like that, I wouldn't advise. A lot of this stuff, I mean, the energy level already is strong on these eggs already, and I haven't. Now, where did I see that? I always have, where's my pendulum? When I go off air, then I'll find it. And that's another thing about spiritual practitioners. We always have mess all over the place. Vanessa, I got you. She says, "Hey, Basa." She wants it strong. Hold on. All right. So I'm gonna make one for her. Okay, let me write that down. I got you. This is gonna be done tonight, guys. So I'm gonna be up a minute, but I got to do hers. Let me put this down here. Okay. I gotta put another. Hold on just a minute. And do hers. Hold on. Where's my, there it is. And I keep y'all business private, so don't worry about that. Gotta put her name on it. The beautiful thing about this type of working, the spirits know who you are, and what is going on. And so therefore, once these eggs are cracked, now some of them going to be cracked at the crossroad, and some of them are going to the ocean. I got to take some of them depending on what it is. Do hers, and because she paid extra, I have to add some extra stuff on here for her. One is stronger. For her, where it is. And that's a smart move right there. Carnation. Allspice. I'm going to put something else on hers. Hold on. I can't show y'all what this is, but this is going to go on hers because she sent extra money for her egg. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different blings in there. Then we got stinging nettle. Baker's man. Not that one. This one. These eggs sit until they are broken. Now, what I would advise some of you, if you're gonna do this and you don't have the material I do this on some aluminum foil, just a big sheet of aluminum foil, and then you kind of keep the mess contained. These are the two African things I got here. I can't show y'all this because these are some of the tricks, secrets that we have to keep concealed unless you're dealing with an initiate. All of these eggs that I'm doing tonight are all going in front of the pots to be blessed. And then and then I have to spray these with rum liquor. Now I'm going to share this part with you. If you are really going through turpentine, I'm only going to do a little turpentine with this for everything in here. Don't use a lot of turpentine. That's all going to be mixed in. I'm real old school conjure. Turpentine is basically pine. And pine is ruled by the sun and it's an air element. Sometimes fire, but mostly air. And that's to remove obstacles, cleansing, all of that, removing hard energy, because I want to make sure that this work goes through without any turbulence. That's one of the main reasons. And then now I know I had my freaking pendulum. I want to show y'all something because it's so much I can show you, and then the other thing I can't show you, but just trying to show people like this is not as simple as it may look sometimes. And when you're watching people on the internet, They not showing you the behind the scenes stuff that is going, and now you out here trying to do, oh, I can go buy me your own egg. I can go out and do it. Baby, if it was that easy, everybody be doing what I do. It's not that easy. It's not that simplistic. Don't fool yourself. I could take a paper clip and tear your life up. A paper clip. And I could take a borrowed paper clip. I ain't even got to buy one. I can go and steal one from your job and destroy your life with it. So that it ain't about that. I guess I bet it's here somewhere. All right. But I hope that this idea of feminine energy, to all of you all that did not see my video this morning, the body is magic. The body is representation of the universe, is the representation of the earth. And when you understand your organs and how they flow and how they interconnect with the universe, and especially melanated black women, a lot of things, renewing your mind, changing your perception, looking at life differently, stop warring and throwing low-level magic at people because of insecurities and jealousies and stuff like that, and really allow that chaos energy to be utilized to actually create things that are healthy and that is good for not only yourself but those people that are connected to you. And we could see such a change. But until that happens, we're going to see people get initiated that got bad tempers, that are undeveloped, they're emotionally unstable. And people that are initiating people, they're just trying to make money. They're not even trying to tell you the pros and cons to what you're doing and why you're doing it. You shouldn't be out here doing magic unless you were called to do that. You shouldn't be out. It's like it's too many people out here trying to do stuff on their own. And initiation ain't going to never give you Isaiah 10 and 27. You're never going to get the anointing. And just because you are called to do a working doesn't mean you're called to do it on a high level. You can work in a company and not be on a high level. You ain't went to not one board meeting at your job. That means you're not on the board of trustees. You have lived all your life never sitting at the table. Now all of a sudden you get in magic, you feel like you're supposed to be at the front of the table. Sir, ma'am, stop playing. Ain't nothing about your energy, your knowledge, or what you contributing demands you to be at the head of the table telling anybody and guiding anybody's life. You're making poor decisions and you are too old to be making the poor decisions that you're making. So you really don't need to be out here guiding nobody with no egun, no moreto, and nothing else. You need to be trying to get your life and your mind together. That's what you need to be doing with your magic. You need to be trying to revive and rekindle what is left of your life so you don't die out here as a disgrace and a shame that you did not fulfill your destiny because all you did was run around and try to make a man be a man. All you had to do trying to make a hoe into a housewife. You trying to be Harry Potter. It don't work like that. Manifestation take work, take concentration, and that person needs to know what they're doing and they need to understand your energy. They need to understand your frequency. And they need to understand what type of person you are so the manifestation don't work against you. It works along with you. Praise God. And if you want me to do this later, because I'm going to work these eggs right here. So if you don't get this done today, I could do it at a later date. But it'll be up on a different type of incantation. Just being honest with you. This right here, you won't be getting what these people are getting tonight. Okay. I like what she wanted. I know that's right. I got you on that. I like your response. Yes. Now that's a smart petition now. Monique said, you know, Pastor, you handle that for me. Just like you got spiritual advisors and you got people out here to guide you. It's nothing wrong with having somebody you can trust to guide you and getting your results. And so you don't waste time, energy, or money. That's all I'm trying to do out here. But this is the start of this. I'm gonna get off here now because I got to let this sit for a minute. We already over an hour, and I need to let this sit in front of the my cauldrons to be blessed for these people, and then I need to go to the crossroad, and I need to go to the ocean because I still got to go to work in the morning. So all y'all don't know, I got a job, and on Mondays we start early, so I still need to get some type of rest because I'm giving out a lot of energy today. All right, I love y'all, appreciate it. I hope y'all actually learned something, and I hope you have more respect for the conjuring. God bless.